survivor. I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators are sanctuaries waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.
And hi to hello, friends. Lester here. Jamie is coming. She's a little bit late. She's actually very late. And there's not a whole lot you can do about that. That's just one of her things. I'm trying to get everything set up because not only did she just get here, but she also had my computer in her vehicle. So I couldn't do anything ahead of time to get anything set up. And as of right now, I saw the light. No, that's not. No, I thought a song had just came into my head, but that's not how the song goes. Just forget I said anything. I opened up my eyes and I saw the light. It's the light or the sign? I saw the sign or I saw the light? I saw the well, I opened up my eyes and I saw the beep. It's sign. Darn it, it's not light. Well, never mind then. So much for that song. Anyway, I'm happy to see you all. Thank you guys for jumping on and joining us. For those who are just getting here, Jamie's not here yet. She's actually right outside with Val. And then I had worked here all day. I did not even go home. I was here all day, and I came in about an hour ago and did everything that I had to get done to be ready to go live tonight. The one thing I could not do is get my computer all set up. And you guys who know about doing things like live streams, you know how much time it takes to get all the prep work set up, lighting and all of those things. And I was unable to do any of that. But Jamie rolls up at 7:58, and you guys know me. You know me as well as you know your own partners. Okay, so that I'm probably no different than your own partner. I start getting Yancey. Or you guys say antsy. I say Yancey. I start getting Yancey. Yancey, potato. I start getting it at about 7:45. And then, even though I sent a simple text of, where are you? Fine. I added 3 question marks. And it might have been in all caps, but who cares? Anyway, so instantly there's an argument. There's an argument instantly. So I'm just going to say, you know what? We're here. We're here and we're a little bit late. Okay. And I had the, and y'all think that's funny. Y'all find humor in that. Anyway, Jamie's coming in. When she got here, I had all of the horses already being fed, but she wanted to give Val something a little bit special. If you guys don't know this already, Val, the horse that I have that I feel the most comfortable riding on, Big Val, Roman's look-alike, except she's a Clydesdale, he's a Belgian draft. Val has arthritic issues, and she has to take supplements you guys know about, but even some days the supplements don't really help a whole lot. You can take Val's back left leg and start doing this to it and start like working your way down. And at some point she starts to flinch. And I think it's similar to it where if we have a pulled muscle or we have something going on with a body part and you start massaging on it, it might feel good, but it also can kind of hurt. I think that it hurts so good. Oh Lord. And I think that whenever I massage it, I make her hurt so good. So don't get me to singing that song. Please don't get me to singing that song tonight, because I will. Here she is now. I'm going to jump up and grab me a soda. Do you want anything?
If we have one, yeah.
And is the lighting bright enough? I had it kind of dim.
It's fine.
Because it's kind of a mood lighting.
Not really put together today. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, we are here at the JL Motel. And that always means two things: signal issues, and we don't have the best of lighting. And today we have a third whammy in the fact that we don't have the power cord.
Did you look in your truck?
To my computer. It's not in my truck. So we do not have a lot of the things that we need to do. Probably we don't have a full hour in us tonight, unfortunately. Now, so sorry about that. So why don't you get right to the nitty gritty? Tell them all about your Saturday show and how that went while I get up and get a soda.
I think that the Scandalous Saturday went well. I think it went well. I think it was
You want Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi if we have it. I think it was well received. I feel bad that a lot of people didn't get the notification, and I'm not sure why. But you know, we'll build on it, and I'll get better at it too, because that's the other part, is like remembering that while I'm live recording it with y'all, I am uploading it to a platform that is not visual. So keeping it, you have to show, like, a lot of my emotion when I talk or when I sit here with Lester is through my facial expressions, and recognizing that no one can see my face on a podcast platform.
Let me put it into terms that I understand better as far as podcast. You guys are all familiar with talk radio. Now, maybe you ladies are not, but any man out there can sit there and turn his radio to talk radio. And it could be sports talk, it could be politics talk, but they can sit there and drive for hours and get lost in talk radio. Now, you guys may want to jam out and keep pushing that button and finding your favorite tunes. Probably you guys are the kind who get your phones and Bluetooth them so you can actually choose what you listen to. But a lot of men get lost in podcast / talk radio. So what Jamie's working on, and a lot of other YouTubers have gotten into, is what they call podcasting, aka talk radio.
It's kind of, well, it's not talk radio. It's not talk radio.
Well,
it's like, it's a podcast because they have audio books, and then you have talk radio. I don't know. It's just different.
So you can actually, so the site that, and we're not trying to push anyone to leave us, but
Are you
Spotify,
sure that Charger's not here?
just, you might want to just get the most that you can out of get the most bang for your buck while we have it. We're going to lose it at some point.
I just wondered if it was in my car.
No, I just not.
Oh.
It's probably somewhere else.
Okay.
When you go back and forth, sometimes you leave things behind here or there.
You keep talking. I'm going to go check.
But anyway, so, you know, the Spotify is where a lot of people can go. But here's the beauty of Spotify, which is the name of the place where her podcast will be uploaded to. I don't know if she has all of that stuff taken care of yet or not. But you get to actually choose your station. You choose your podcast. You choose your talk radio. So a lot of folks who do podcasting, they'll still make a video like we're making right now, where you can actually be a part of the live video, and we're all part of a live video. But the difference is, on a podcast, this person is not interacting with the comments the way we will do on a live. So it's just something that Jamie's venturing into. And I would just, I would say I'm an outsider looking in. I think that my only advice to her is, do not make Timeout Tuesday the same as Thursday's show, the same as Saturday's. Her difficulty will be having to differentiate between all 3 days, so that you're not hearing not the same story, but you're not involved in the same type of conversation on all 3 days. Scandalous Saturday has to be for the risque. It has to be for the risk takers. It has to be for those who want that little bit of extra excitement in their life. Whereas a Timeout Tuesday is just for everyone to come together and fellowship and enjoy the beginning of your work week. You found it?
No, I found something else.
Enjoy the beginning of your work week. That's not going to fit this computer, though. And so, Yet, and so of course Thursday has something completely different. Let's not take a chance on tearing up anything.
This is what works on mine. Yeah, there you go.
So that actually turned off our light here, which is weird. Is the computer still charging?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to turn this light down a little bit.
We'll see if it actually charges though, because I don't have the right box for it. But this is what does save my computer from dying. So.
I actually heard the sound that it makes when you plug the charger into it. So we may have just learned something new, that Jamie is using her phone charger.
It's pulling a lot of power is the reason. So
okay,
just leave the light off.
We're just going to leave the lighting off, friends. We will leave the lighting off. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the lighting and unplug everything else.
We're sacrificing light tonight for power. We'll see if it works.
Can you hand me my flat cap over there? That will sometimes help me with a little bit of the shadow without blinding you all when I just go straight bald. There.
It looks like Longhorn Lester's After Dark.
Yeah, it's kind of the Longhorn Lester After Dark look we have now. That's okay, but it puts rays of light coming down.
Turn that one off. Nope, it's mine.
So, sorry, guys. Like I said, we're just trying to piece something together for you all tonight. Hope you appreciate the efforts. A for efforts.
That was somebody who just sent money for stalls. That was very sweet. That was Diane. Thank you, Miss Diane.
Let me tell you guys, and I feel like I've talked a lot, so please jump in.
I will.
Why don't you go ahead and give your rundown of the stalls?
They're going really well. Like really, really well. And Lester's ideas around the mats and using the sizes that we barely had to cut is impressive. I'm sorry, I have to steal a little bit. I don't know if you even talked about this yet. I got the right hangers, and I think that that's made a big difference in some of our stability and the how. But the gate scenario was like super Lester genius. And
so we're trying to tag team it, and there were some ideas that I had come up with that I wasn't real sure about. But boy, I tell you what, just trying to work with people. I did talk about this a number of times, how hard it is to find good quality people. We don't know any people who weld by trade. No. And then, like I said, and please don't make the comments about this, Uriel is a wonderful help.
Yes.
But this is a job that he was not willing or not able to do. It's a job that's bigger than what his equipment is even built for.
Yeah.
So there's different types of welding machines. There's different types of things. And this was a really big job to go welding.
And you have such a diversity of materials. My hair's a wreck, and I'm just realizing that. It's been a bun all day. You have such different materials that you have to like really know or research how to connect the materials. And it's not just as simple as iron and weld it together, or
different
wood and
alloys.
Screw it together.
So I think alloys is the term, but different alloys have different densities, and some you can weld to, some welds do not stick. Some will just melt and never allow a weld. So there was a lot of research. And then of course, a tack weld is nothing more than a glorified glue gun. And we all know that with the size of Roman and sometimes the feisty horses like the Ritas or the Gemmas, we don't want a bunch of we don't want a bunch of pushing and shoving on stalls. So we decided to go a little bit different route, take some different ideas that we found on. Jamie loves to look at Pinterest, and then some ideas that I was just kind of like, my mind was like piecing a few things together, and we came up with what we think is a really wonderful idea.
Yeah.
And so as of right now, we have Roman stall completely three-sided in, complete three sides. And I have Val stall completely one-sided, the biggest and hardest side, which is the dividing side.
You worked your tail off today.
Tomorrow, I think I'm going to try to do it live. In the morning, for anyone that wants to jump on and go live, I would love to start the project, the continuation of the project on the live. So I'm going to go ahead and have my thermos of coffee already made up.
I can help you if it's early.
It's going to be real early, 7:15.
Oh boy.
And then I'll stop it at 8. So anyone that wants to be a part and watch how the construction goes, then by all means, if you want to jump on in the morning, we will do a snippet of that work together. And I'm hoping that I have to. So by tomorrow, I'll be done with Val and Roman's 3-sided. Now we're going to save the face until Jamie's ready to do that. That's going to be a lot more technical and aesthetic.
Yeah.
You want that to be beautiful.
And I have my ideas and I know what I want to do. I am battling time. So I have to look at my calendar for the week and see what this whole week holds. I may be able to take like a half day off, and that would be so helpful. It'd be helpful if I could take like a week off, but the world doesn't, I don't have time for that. But either way, I think that if I can get into a groove, I should be able to knock quite a bit of it out. The first one is always the hardest. Same with Romans versus Battles Today. It was figuring it out and, starting there. And then once you get into the rhythm, then it works out. So I have some research to do on a few parts as well.
So the difficulty with the stall in general is to where when you use wood, you can always cut to where you need it to fit. You measure twice, you cut once. You guys all know that rule. Same for the mats. Even though they don't come exactly the right size, you're just doing a little bit of minimal cutting here and there. And then you can find the right screws, the wood to metal or the metal to metal, whatever you need. And you can get all those things put together. It's just like putting together furniture, I guess.
It's also the right size. So I will be honest with you, I screwed up a few sizes of screws when I ran to Lowe's. And then I thought I was convinced that I grabbed the right thing. I didn't. And there's packages where like some screws that we need a lot of will come in like a package of like 4. That's all that they have in stock. And I'm like, oh, it's so annoying. Or you can go to the individual bin and put them in a bag. And then they only have self-checkout now, except for in the commercial side of it. So when you go to commercial side and you have to look up your item and stuff, then you got to wait for it just was like extra stressful to do all those things. But I think that I have my good list now of like what each area will take.
But no, but I am completely behind the fact that we spend a little bit of time in research. But my 3 o'clock video today highlighted something that a lot of folks did not realize. And you know this, but guys, you can go on to all kinds of equine sites, and even you can go to Lowe's and Home Depot, and all of these sites show you these beautiful pre-made stalls. But you have to remember that number one, they don't come with wood. So all you're really buying is the metal framing that may be great. Number 2, you have to remember that we have an existing building. We're not putting stalls into a big open space. If we had a big open barn and we're going to put these stalls in there, that'd be easy. You buy them pre-made, walk them in, stick them together, and that's it.
And they actually like clip together and stand up similar to our round pen.
There's like a round pen. Yeah. But we're not working. Our life is not that easy for us. We don't roll that easy. So, but it's okay because the stables are beautiful. And I really am a big believer in when you put the hard work in, it makes you appreciate it so much more.
There are so many people sending sweet gifts, and I've missed a few names of it. Thank you so very much.
I can't see a darn thing,
I'm
y'all.
Sorry. I know the lighting is really messing with everything. It's my fault.
But you guys,
I didn't know the charger was in the other chair.
You're very kind to us. You guys have been so very kind to us. And I know that you love these animals. And thank you so much. Just know that we're not asking you for money. If we get into a pickle where we just can't do something, we'll do a fundraiser. We'll open our shirts or merch or something. But your gifts are very kind. And all I can do is give you my word I can't see who's who or what's what at this point, but I just give you my word that no matter if you're a member or if you are someone that subscribes to us on YouTube, Facebook, or those who just watch the videos, every penny that we bring in to the funds that go to the animals, or we try to make sure to show you the product of your giving. Does that make any sense? That probably could have come out so many better ways, but I want you to see where your money's going, and I hope that you can see that on any given day. But thank you so very much. But please, if you having a struggle of your own, take care of yourself first, guys. Take care of yourselves, because these stalls will come together.
They will.
And I will also say this: I'm not completely against once we finish Val's tomorrow, even though Val can't go inside and be closed in. I'm going to go ahead and probably move the extra materials into one of the little side rooms and go ahead and open up the gates and let the horses go through. Because, like Jamie said, the sizes of the stalls are bigger than what you realized.
Yeah.
When we were first talking about 15 by 12, and a lot of the folks were not really happy with that, even though we know 15 by 12 is larger than your average stall.
Yeah.
It's 5 foot larger than our stalls back at the South Ranch, and our horses there have plenty of room.
Yeah.
15 by 12 is a pretty darn good size stall.
Yeah.
And I think I even videoed, I don't know if it was live or video, but Roman actually standing in the stall and showing you guys how much space he has to move around.
Yeah.
So we really want to make sure that our horses are taken care of and given the very best. And I'm happy that Jamie's going to take on the challenge of finding the face of the stalls, so that when we all take those walks together on our videos into the doorway, either the front or the back doorway of the Survivor stables, you can be really proud of the work that you've all helped us do. So we're going to do it right. And inside the stalls, the 3 sides, I mean, let's be honest, we're not going to often take you inside of a stall, but what you will do probably daily is walk down that main walkway, that 12-foot walkway, 12 by 70. And it takes me a long time to walk that 70. So you'll have plenty of time to look left and look right.
Are you going to do the stroll down the middle?
You mean my John Travolta? Well, you can tell by the way I don't know.
I meant the stroll, like the dance, the stroll.
Oh, Jamie, I come from a different era, sweetheart.
That's what your mom wanted to do at prom.
I come from a different era of my mom, okay? But I'm not trying to cut Jamie off, and she's by all means can talk when she wants. But one thing that I love the most about having the gate up on the top is that whenever I walk up to the stalls, or when I walk into the corridor, the hallway, with those gates being where they're at, you could literally look down and see what's going on inside of every stall.
Yeah.
For those folks who put those big 7-foot plywood or 8-foot high plywood, that's wonderful, but you can't see what's going on inside every stall unless you walk along and look inside every single stall.
It depends on people's herds and their animals as to why they would do that. So, like for instance, at A&M, those are concrete cinder block walls that they utilize. Some of that's for infection, for quarantine reasons, for all of those things. And if we needed to quarantine an animal, we would do it in a totally separate pasture. We would, we have future plans of that. But in all honesty, I think our herd is complete at this point in time as well. So I don't know that we ever have a need for that type of enclosure or anything like that. So the gates, though, allow you to be able to pay attention on what's going on. So, like for instance, if I'm working in a stall with a horse, I can see the rest of the stalls and what's going on and who's doing what, because they can get a little mischievous and they're their own beings and they have their own things. And of course, everybody knows that Gemma and Rita have their outlandish, super fun things that they do as well. So being able to see is going to be a really, really wonderful thing.
And I think that the thing that I'm the most excited about is that hopefully when we do the front, the face of the stalls, we have it to where maybe it's low enough to where our horses can still come by and put their head over and look down the hallway like prisoners do with their little mirrors. You know how prisoners put their mirrors and look down the hall.
Are you serious?
Well, our horses can do this and look down and just see what everyone's doing. I would love, and I can't wait till the day I can walk out to that stall and I walk in. All of our horses have their heads all, and they're all looking at each other and just looking around. That's going to be so funny, and I'm going to love that and love them so much more when they start doing that. So
I saw some really neat things in stalls where the door on that on the door part, that thing can drop down and fold out. And I was looking at that this afternoon.
Well, they actually, and that's a wonderful idea. So you could put it up if you wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
but they also make them to where usually on the gate part, if you buy it welded, pre-made, it'll come, let's just say 5 foot tall, or let's just say 6 foot high. Then all of a sudden it'll go down to less and less and less and less, and then back up again. And so it kind of gives you a natural curve right there. And the horse, that's a place where they can actually put their head over and look down and look around the stalls.
Yeah.
But remember, with having 12 foot, there's no way that Roman will ever be able to reach over and make contact with Val, who's going to be his partner from across the way.
Yeah.
And so I do, and I don't know this for a fact. You and I have never discussed this as far as who goes beside who. You have it all laid out over there at the other property of who gets to go into what stall and for what reason. I just think that probably Rita and Roman need to be side by side.
Yeah.
And we'll let Val be across the way. Now, as far as where we put the other two, I don't think Talus gives a darn. I think Talus is, you know what? Just put me on the far end and I'll be fine down there on the end.
Yes, but he also is very protective in moments like he'll both run Val off of her food, but also protect her, if that makes any sense. Like, he's kind of a big brother is the best way I can describe it. So I think that you'll have Rita and Roman on one side, you'll have Val and Talus, and then you'll have Jem. You'll just have Jem, and Jem is going to go where Jem wants to go, and that is going to be a struggle always. She's going to, just as well as I do, that will be the deflector of all synchrony and all like order will be Jem, who's just like, I'll do what I want and go exactly where she wants. And it will be funny and annoying all at the same time.
I think that no matter what, Gemma will not be next to Rita. No way. No way. No way would we ever put Rita and Gemma next door.
They're going to become best friends.
Well, what I'm saying is, even though I think I have lots of confidence that my dividing wall will hold together, when you put those two back to back, I don't want to ever see the walls put to the test if we can help it. Okay.
I agree, but I don't think, but they're not mean to each other like that. They're not mean to each other like that. They only do that when it's over attention or over food. And I actually had to point this out to you today when we talked about it. I was like, hold on a second. The day that Grandpa got out and caused all that chaos, even though you have like a division out here, they were one herd together that day. And that's what matters. And that's what, let's be honest, that's what a real family does. Okay. The real family like picks and chooses who they want to hang out with and spend their time with. But when push comes to shove, and it means defending the family defends the family. And that's what happened.
Well, if I can interject and give you a different perspective on how you say they all came together. Well, no pun intended, but what I saw was our two males, being Talus and Roman, were very upset that there was some other guy messing with the ladies.
Yeah.
But if you saw the same video I saw our ladies backing their asses up to the fence. And so all of our girls were like backed up, like bouncing it, like doing the
only Rita
twerking.
was doing that.
Our girls were twerking and our guys were going all crazy. So when you say that our herd came together, I kind of maybe we saw the same video, yet we saw it in different perspectives. Which funny thing about that is how, if we can get off of the horse subject and go back to your Thursdays or your Saturdays, it's funny how, yes, thank you. Who says floozies? Fred Bender says bunch of floozies. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. Bunch of floozies for sure. Our girls are some floozies. Okay. I hate to say it that way.
Val did not do any of that. And neither did Jen. It was all Rita.
Anywho's, it was cute. But no, perspectives is one thing that I've realized how different so many of us are when it comes to the topics that you've brought up on your episodes, your podcast. And it's funny how there's no black or white or gray. There are so many differing perspectives on everything. And then I thought it was funny how and I would love to have, and I don't want to go over your entire video, but you had to make sure to point out that it was a man who sent you the email, because when Jamie read it to me the first time, when she was doing all of her notes and going over everything, he, at first, it did not specify, I am a man.
No.
And I have been sleeping with my son's ex-girlfriend.
That's true.
It said that I'm guilty. I had this horrible thing I've been doing. I've been sleeping with my son's ex-girlfriend. And I don't know why, but in my mind, I thought it was a woman. I thought it was a woman who, you know, obviously not straight. It's not a straight woman who was. And so I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know, but I'll tell you what, how different a lot of our perspectives would have changed if it would have been a woman sleeping with her son's ex-girlfriend, compared to how angry and how irate and how just downright mad a lot of the viewers were when they found out it was a man who was sleeping with the son's ex-girlfriend. And then I also thought it was not, I know you probably haven't even had time to read. No, you did not. Jamie was unable to read comments because she did not get it set up to be able to read the live chat. And so
whatever happens in the live chat, I've never realized that I don't save that to go back and reread. So it's like it all disappeared in those because of a setting. Sorry.
But I was able to read it in real time, and I wasn't the only one, but a lot of people were bringing up the point of, if it in fact something that you're like a serious relationship, or is it just like a late night type of thing only? Do you go to family events together, or do you only 2 a.m. after the bar closes kind of a thing? Because there are people that have a difference of opinion based on all of those things. Also, it was brought up, and because I don't think it was ever in the email, about were either or in a relationship at the time. So was the young 29-year-old, was she in a relationship, or was the 54-year-old man in a relationship?
We only know what we know, though, and that's where
you don't reply back and say, hey, I need some more I need some more info here.
Everybody needs to know this question, the answer to this question, before we can give you a response, or before we can, go on, that type of thing. So it is, what you can speculate and think through all those things, and that's some of the mystique and some of the, the thought that goes into this type of podcast, or this type of discussion, is like, in real life you would want to ask questions. In this world, you get what's submitted, and that's it. And the other part is, the one thing will tell you that the takeaway from this is, some of these for me are very hard to not have closure. Like the ones in real time.
Well, you're never going to have closure, because what you hear is what you get from the email.
And that's it. So like, it is by no means, no one is obligated to send me their stories in the first place. But the ones that choose to, I don't know their feedback, their response, the answers to those questions that allow us to be able to think more on it, or all those things. And then even the ones that are like still lingering and haven't made their moves yet. For one that you didn't catch last night was one about a woman who's watching her husband with another woman, and seeing him so happy and all these things, and she's just like doing life head down. And for me, I like, it doesn't mean that person is going to make a decision or anything like that. In fact, I think that I said that she has to do this on her own time. But like, when she does ever make a decision or something happens to be able to change, like there's a piece to me that'll always wonder of like, I wonder what that person ended up doing, or I wonder what those circumstances became to be, that type of thing.
Well, it's certainly not for everybody. We try to remind people that we, what the way that we all met, and when I say we all, Jamie and I, along with all of you wonderful friends, we all met through animals.
Yeah.
And it was the animals that brought us all together. But and we absolutely, I mean, I don't need to break down the numbers, but fine, I will. I still post between 10 to 12 actual 15-minute videos a week of only animals, only farm animals and things that we do with the animals. Jamie's the same way, at least 5 or 6 videos, long, full-length videos that she still posts throughout the week of what she does around the farm with the animals, with the gardening, and that includes the rescues and those that we've brought in that have been surrendered to us. And so there's still a place, y'all. The channel is not changing in the fact that y'all used to post animal videos. Now I got to hear about some sleaze bucket. No, you don't.
Have to.
No, you don't have to. We have chosen to do those funny type skits that I play with, or the things that Jamie talks about.
Oh my God, did you play that today?
No.
Oh.
Kind of a late night thing for those who just want a little bit extra, just like those who just ain't ready for bed yet. Let's just have a little, because we all different strokes for different folks. So remember that you are absolutely in control of what you watch and what you allow into your home, into your phones. And so someone just said it, you always looking to click the X and just leave it. And you can catch us on the next one. But there's absolutely plenty of videos that we make that are animals.
You're going live twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day if you include there's been some moments where you include our Sanctuary Sunday or our coffee on Saturday.
Yeah.
So you're going live a lot in addition to making different content at both properties.
Listen, I'm just going to say this, and I ain't trying to toot my own horn. You can grab my knee if you want to, but there ain't nobody works harder than me. And I don't mean physical labor. I mean, I work hard that way too. You ain't grabbing my knee yet? I work social media.
He does.
I work it. My God, I work it.
Hold
on. This is funny. I love you, but I got to say this. We were having an argument.
How did this turn into me? I didn't even grab your knee.
We were having an argument.
But I might.
We were having ourselves an argument one night. I'm just going to say about this argument and one of your arguing points. If she grabs my knee, I promise I'll stop. I'll hush it up immediately. Okay. We were having us an argument one night. And sometimes that whenever you're losing an argument, that the other person who's in the argument starts grasping for anything. Well, I'm not saying that you were losing, because I always lose. I lose every argument. But I knew I was doing pretty good. I knew I was doing pretty good on this particular argument because I noticed you grasping for things. And in one of her areas of grasping, please don't make the face. Don't make the face. Your face says more than your words. A picture speaks 1,000 words.
Which is why I'm better at videos than podcasts, because you can't see my face on podcasts.
But what I'm saying is, Jamie began to grasp for stuff, y'all. And one of the things that she grasped at, she goes, "You can't do anything with me without making a video." And I was like, "What do you mean? We do stuff all the time. We go eat the Chinese food, and you have to make a video of in the bed under the sheets." And I'm like, "Jamie, we go eat at Golden Corral or Olive Garden, and you're always making a video." And we've gone, and I start thinking about it. I'm like, we've gone house shopping, and I didn't even have to hear it. And I made a video. And we go to Tractor Supply, and I make me a video. And we go over to Lufkin on occasion, or we go to some trip across town, and I'm making a video. Oh my God. And I'm like, dang, she's right. But here's my comeback. I'm like, but we're together. I'm not jumping on the back of a Harley heading down Route 66 saying, I'll see you in a few days. I got me a video to make. We drive there together. We drive home from there together. We eat there together. So I think that was her grasping. But the whole point of the matter is I do work very hard on social media, and I do take my camera out of my pocket a lot to take folks along on field trips. Mama Bear says, ears, Lester, ears. I don't know what that even means, but
I'm sitting here like, how deep are you gonna how deep are you gonna dig your hole here?
Well, like I said, because I deposited before I withdrew, I simply said, Jamie, what's that red thing say right there?
Tuffy, I don't know who Tuffy is, but oh my God.
Tuffy, why did y'all guys don't do that? You're
gonna make me cry.
Well, you make it to where I'm not gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry.
But what I did was I deposited by saying she always wins in the end.
That's not
in the end.
That's
you
so
always
far from
win.
A deposit.
No, in the end, you always win.
That's a fact. That's not a deposit.
Picture two heavyweight boxers, or MMA, or a baseball game.
Almost flew directly into my mouth.
A football game. Thank you, Kathy. You take these, sometimes the Astros can go up by a couple of runs, and the Mariners better come back and do something. So you don't know who's going to win. So what I said was, you're always going to win the game. Or if it's a fight, doesn't mean that you're not going to get a couple of punches in here and there. So you're always going to win at the final bell. It'll always be the ref who's going to stick your hand up as the winner.
Can we not shake my flying squirrel?
So you will always win. But there are once in a while, I'll get a nice, I'm not even going to say, that sounds horrible to say that, I'll get a nice jab in. But every once in a while, I can knock one out of the park every now and then. And I felt like whatever was going on in that particular argument, I had knocked one out of the park. Now, she came back to win, I'm sure of it. But I take my video camera out and I video a lot of stuff. Some stuff that a lot of people appreciate, and some stuff you could probably do without. Okay.
Can I give the context of the argument? Because you just kind of like threw me under the bus. So like, this one time we had an argument, and like,
I'll just have to probably come back behind you and clarify everything you ended up accidentally misrepresenting me on.
Is it? Okay, fine. Y'all have partners and people in your life, and you love them just as much as you want to kill them sometimes.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep.
It happens a lot, especially when you're doing every day, all day together, and you have different visions and different things, and I'll be honest, it's hot. It was hot the last 2 days, and I know that sounds really dumb, but that adds to it. And like being sweaty and trying to think through things, and you got animals that are like pressuring you, like all of those things they just add a little bit to the stress sometimes. And I love it. And then also, laugh about it later. So
that's the whole thing. And I think that might be a part of the beauty of the channels that we run. The I'm a Survivor obviously is the largest channel. And then the two that we do off on our own, the Longhorn Lesters and the From Suits to Boots, is the fact that the one thing that you're going to be reminded of daily is how real we are, because we ain't much different than you. Now, you may not want to admit that, ladies and gentlemen, especially you ladies may not want to have anything similar to me. All right. But I'm sorry to tell you that if we did not have something in common, you probably wouldn't be here. You probably wouldn't. And if you didn't love something about us, one of us, you probably wouldn't be here. Right.
Remember that song is I don't like you, but I love you. You don't know that song?
No, I don't know that song.
Okay. Anyway, it's very valid. Just saying, just very valid.
But
it has been a very busy weekend. Did you see the video I sent you? The screen recording.
Of the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah.
Yes. So Jason over at Cog Hill, in an effort to bring awareness to mental illness, says, you know what? I'll just send this to the most mentally ill guy that I know.
Oh my God,
And he
that's
picks
not
me.
What happened?
That's probably what he was thinking.
That's not what happened.
He says awareness to mental illness. Well, I know someone mentally ill. Let's just send it to Lester. He'll do it. And I'm so sick. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, bud. Bring it on. I'll do it. I'm so sick. I'll do it.
I just want to know what your angle is going to be, because he already did the tractor bucket. So like my thing is like, are we going to like take the water trough and just dunk you in it and put ice in it? Is there like, I wish that our pond was deep enough. It is at home. Could you just jump off of the tractor bucket into the pond because it's still cold?
No, it has to be an ice bucket. That's the name. So a bucket poured over your head is what most people do. But Jason was very clever with him and Brooke doing the tractor bucket dunked.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is I would never go under the tractor bucket with you driving. Brooke, I'm sorry.
I have been under the tractor bucket like 1,000 times. And you've almost killed me a few times.
I can control that bucket with my eyes closed.
You almost killed me.
I can control the tractor bucket with my eyes closed and on my sleeping concoction. It's like second nature to me.
You also almost tossed me out of it once.
I play with you sometimes and I mess around with you, but bottom line is I'm afraid that you would forget that up is actually down. Down is actually up. And when you go to
keep your eyes open. Nobody told you to close your eyes.
How fast do you think I can move? I don't think I can outmove that John Deere bucket. But listen, I think that why don't you guys tell us what to do? Why don't you guys tell us?
I wasn't challenged. It's you.
Yeah, that's true. I've been challenged to do I sorry, but I forgot the actual name of the organization. But I think that what would be easier would take an actual water trough, because everyone here knows how big I am on clean water. I am the biggest farm proponent of clean, fresh water. So I would love to take 3 or 4 bags of ice, fill them into one of our horses or our cows' water trough, and maybe this would be beautiful. Me get into that bucket of ice water while the cows or horses are drinking it. I don't know, Jamie. Find something that's Longhorn Lestrish. So you guys help me a little bit. Come up with some good ideas. Let us know what might be a fun response to this challenge. And then, of course, I'll have to pass it on to 2 people. And that's how this kind of stuff is going to spread around. So
I also saw, you may not have saw this yet, but Brooke broke her hand. Did you know that?
I started the video, but she didn't get to how she broke it till later, and I wasn't able to finish it.
Yeah.
So how did she break it?
She and Mary Carl were leading their horses to go eat, and the horse that Brooke was leading got a little excited and ran off, and she couldn't get her hand out of there fast enough. So
that's probably a lesson that Brooke hasn't learned that we had to be taught. I'm trying to find something to use to show you.
I'm sad for them,
but
I messaged Brooke.
Give me something of a claw. So in case you guys don't know this,
here's my cord. How about that?
So whenever you're leading your horse,
it's very possible that she could have been doing it right and things just didn't go
right. This would be a great example that if Brooke would take the time to do this, this could be a great teaching moment for Miss Brooke. Put this around your head right quick. So let's just pretend that Jamie is on a rope halter, okay? So what most people do is like start wrapping. They start wrapping things. This is natural to kind of wrap it. But what you learn to do with the horse, because it can quick react, is instead of wrapping it, you fold it. See how I just folded it? And if it's too long, you can fold it again. You can fold it again. Now do me a favor and just kind of pull your head away. Just pull away.
I'm no longer connected.
Oh, did it disconnect?
Yeah.
Well, just take from here. So if Jamie was just pull. Look, watch my hand. My hand's never.
She could have been doing it right, though, is what I'm saying.
I'm not saying she did it wrong, but more than likely, if it was like this, now pull.
Yeah, no, that will break
That
your
and
hand.
that could literally disconnect your. Just it could lead to.
This moment will be the
Horrible.
moment why we get kicked off of YouTube. By the way, I'm sure of it. Right there, just
There
put a
you go.
cord around her neck and just pull.
I think that you guys understand the illustration, and I'm certain it was an accident. But I'll tell you what, we learned never by breaking a hand, thank you, Lord, but by good-hearted people who realize that, you know what, if you're not careful, the way you're leading that horse could lead to an accident, Lester or Jamie.
Well, I was just going to say, there's been a lot of times where I was carrying it right too, and a lot of people are saying Brooke didn't have it wrapped. And it's very possible that it still yanked and went the wrong way, just because when you're swinging things and you're walking next to your horse, those things can get just, it's so unpredictable. And they're very large animals. And I feel so sorry for Brooke. I sent her a message. I'm like, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. But I have to giggle a little bit about, I don't want to like get hung up on the how she held it thing. I have to giggle because she finished farm work before she went to the ER.
Yeah.
She was every bit about like, God, that is like the epitome of a farmer. Like, do you know that in
Babe, can you
ERs?
read that lady's name and say thank you
Miss
to her?
Jenny, thank you so very much.
Jenny, I give you my word. And guys, I missed so many of those that come up top, but I just give you my word that we make sure, and we will give you our word that we're going to show you every step of the way and every penny that we spent. I don't know how
Victoria.
You pull them. It only goes and then they go away, and so there's no way to recall.
No way to see it. I'm so sorry.
But you guys know who you are, and thank you so very much. But please make sure you guys are taking care of yourself. So I'm afraid that you misunderstood what I was saying. I said what possibly could have happened. I didn't watch the video that you must have all seen, so I don't know how Miss Brooke was leading the horse. But what I do know is a big mistake that I made. Let me just put myself.
I did too in the beginning.
I've made that mistake so many times.
Rick pointed it out to me, and so did Courtney.
That I would wrap that lead rope up, and I was told and warned that if that horse ever jerks, there's no way you can open and unroll what you have rolled up. And there's so many bones and fragile bones in your hand that they will break very easily with that much force.
Okay, so I'm using the cord thing. I was doing this and holding it like this, super big.
Oh.
Still a huge no-no
because it pulls into a noose. Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
So like I've been screwing it up for a long time.
Yeah. So we've all made mistakes, but do not.
I hope that what I was going to say is what I hope is that doesn't scare Brooke away from the horses.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make her have less love for them or, circumstances because that horse didn't mean to do it. And
well, what will happen is, and this is not just Miss Brooke, but anybody, you become a lot more aware the same way you have whenever you had your incident. You become a whole lot more aware of the power that something so beautiful and how much you love it can sometimes be very dangerous if you're not.
You know what's wild is that I thought that I was in tune with our horses before that, but now I can watch their muscles begin to flex in the way that they're going to move next. And I'm so hyper sensitive to their movements that that is my greatest awareness. And that all came out of the accident. And it is wild.
I love mom and boys. Guys, this is their life. Doesn't Lester always say it's unbecoming to do this? What is unbecoming is when you're trying to make this about me versus Brooke. Guys, I love Brooke.
Yes.
I love Jason. He is my best friend in all of social media. A guy I've only met 3 or 4 times, but I would do anything for that family. And I love their daughter, Mary Carl. So stop making this something about Lester.
We actually have an announcement that we have not made yet. Do you remember?
I don't know exactly what it's called, but I remember. An engagement, right?
We're going to Alabama.
Yes.
We are Alabama bound, and we get to hang out with Jason and Brooke. I don't know about Mary Carl, but we will be going to Alabama for hold on a second. What is that thing called?
That's what I don't know.
Hold on a second. The Great Fall Garden Festival at, oh my gosh, what is that? Petals from the Past.
Thank you, Marlene.
Yes. So the Great Fall Garden Festival, Lester and I will be attending in person, which is in September. I think it's the September 20th. And we are working on exactly what we're going to do there. We were not prepared for this announcement, but I just wanted to say that you get to see your friend, and I get to see my friend, and I know that there'll be a lot of other creators, but it's also about the gardening and all of the fun things, and I'm so excited about that. And we promise to take you with us because, no date is complete without y'all.
I don't know if I'll be allowed to pull my phone out.
Oh my God, you're
not.
so nuts. But yes, it's going to be awesome. And I'm totally pumped. It is in September 20th.
So can I just
go ahead?
Well, I was just going to say that we don't have plans to go. So we're going to have us a booth, but we're not planning to sell nothing. We don't want to sell y'all a bunch of stuff. We're just going to go and want to put our arms around you and meet you, shake your hands, and let's take some selfies. And so we are going to, they are going to allow us a booth. I guess they call it a booth, a space. We're going to have a space, but you don't have to bring your wallets over to our space. We're just going to hang out with you for a little bit and get to meet you in person. And so we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Someone said you should sell, a kissing booth. Kissing booth.
Who are you gonna kiss?
I don't know.
A dance off. I predict that there's gonna be a dance off between and Jason. I predict that I will regret flying there because I will not be able to haul as many plants home. I am excited about seeing them and some of the other folks there in Alabama.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make it a road trip.
I'd rather not be gone too long because I do have longhorns that are going to be due during that month. So even to get away for the 2 days or so is going to be really, really something. I'm going to have full-time somebody here. Yeah. So let's not road trip it and make it longer. I understand you would like to do that, and that would be great for bringing home stuff. But in this one situation, we may not be able to. I
forgot about babies. Yeah. It is in Jemison, Alabama. I think that's south. Is it south of Birmingham or south of Montgomery? I don't know what I'm talking about. Was not prepared to talk about this tonight. I will have more information on Tuesday. How about that?
There you go. So we're excited about that. And it'd be nice to see Jason and Brooke again. I don't think we'll see Mary Carl. I think that Mary Carl has gotten to the age a whole lot like kids do, where they want to be seen less on videos. And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I just love to see
I've not seen Mary Carl in a long time. Like a long time. Like in a video, like in a long time.
I agree with that. Fully agree with that. And I think that there's a lot of.
Someone says, Jamie, rent yourself a truck and just drive back yourself. She don't think that she hasn't. She's driven plenty of road trips.
Yeah. We'll see.
But I will have to get
it's in between Birmingham and Montgomery. See, I knew that I wasn't dreaming things. I have looked at it on a map before.
Yeah.
South of Birmingham. Yeah, because we would fly into Birmingham.
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to be doing that in September. So we're excited about that. We just got our fingers crossed it all goes well here. Everything is set up. And then we have, someone reliable and dependable. If you can't
go, then I'm still going.
Yeah, that and so y'all, that is what sometimes may have to happen if for some reason, if circumstance has it that we got issues that I have to be here for, then Jamie will go.
Yeah,
and that will be fine. You'll have just as much fun hanging out with her as you would with me, anyways. But
I want you. Our
see.
plan is that we're both going.
Yeah, so that's our plan.
We will pay attention as things get closer and go from there. It really is hard for us to plan. People ask us a lot, like, what are you doing in June or what are you doing in July? And we're like, I don't know, same thing we do every day. Fake it till we make it. Try to survive the day without fences being plowed over and something getting stuck and something being broken and all of those things. So it is hard to plan that far out ahead, knowing that there's babies and rains and hurricanes and all kinds of things that literally come up all the time here. So
Yep.
that is our potential plan.
Yeah.
So
September, it's cooling off a little bit. Obviously, August is our hottest month. By September, we're starting to see the signs of fall, and that's wonderful. Temperature is a little bit cooler. But like I said, we managed our Longhorns this year so as they would have their babies in September. And unfortunately, there's a bunch of them who we think have gotten bred. And I do believe we're going to have a lot of babies that month. And then, if that darn Calamity Jane had not pulled that little stunt, it might not be as scary to be gone. But I'm just going to say this, and you can take it as you will. There's not a lot of folks that you trust, even though you love people that you have in your circle and those around you. When it comes to things like that, there's just not a lot of people that you would trust. I'm just ignoring the comments of everyone. You're suggesting all these people who will swing by. I'm sorry, but to me, the Longhorns and the babies are worth more than someone swinging by. I'm sorry. You know how I am about water, and you know how I am about the animals, and I need someone's full time and attention. So I'll have to work that out. Or if not, we will figure it out. But that's neither here nor there. That's for later.
I can always see it. Like, if you can't go, and then I'm being completely frank, I'm not afraid to go by myself.
Yeah.
Step one. But I could always see if Steph wanted to go. She's very, very much into the garden as I am. So there's always that. And I could see if my mother wanted to go. There's just a lot of things. And like I said, I'm not afraid to go by myself. I just know that for the past few years, I've wanted to go.
Yeah.
And Brooke asked me this year, and I said yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I did not consider all the babies being born, as that was probably right around the time that they were being bred. So that is my fault for.
One sweet lady says that animals been having babies in nature for years. They can do without me. Well, that's those babies. My babies need me there. My babies, anyone that knows my babies know that they need their daddy there. And I would just feel horrible if something were to happen, like a rain that comes across our dry creek and ends up washing one of them away.
Because it would be awful. It would be awful.
Or if one of them gets out of the fence, like happened with Calamity Jane, and there's no way to find her and get her back. So guys, let's not make that.
Somebody says I could take Eugene.
Yeah. You don't have to take you got all kinds of choices in here now. You don't have to take Eugene. You got Gina Lynn. You got Boy George. You got a lot of options. Okay. You got lots of options.
Lord.
Not everyone's going to agree with me, and you don't have to, but hey, we'll figure it out. Let's not get lost on that though, guys. We got so much to rejoice and be happy about.
That's a long time away.
Let's not get lost on things to argue about.
Yeah.
So yeah, they may be a little spoiled. I will say that
take Flat Luster. That might be exactly what I do. Actually, that might be hilarious.
So not many people watch that far into my video today, which I that happens. I know you guys get busy, but Flat Luster did something today that was downright mean, but also a little bit comical.
That's what I asked you if you put in the video, and you said not yet.
Oh, I put that in the video, but almost no one saw it because it was at the end of the video when I came in. So yeah, was that the video about the stalls? It was the video about the stalls. And when I finally came in to eat lunch and cool off, I noticed that Flat Luster had done something. And if you don't know Flat Luster, that's the version of me who I like to be called Flat Luster. That would be kind of cool to be called Flat Luster, I think. But no, Flat Luster's the cardboard cutout that we was gifted from Jeff and Justin. We still have him. But some things you just cannot make up. And the way that Flat Lester pushed Boy George over, and the way Boy George landed, and then his head
head fell off.
But
his head fell off.
You might not tell everybody, so those who haven't watched it might be kicking themselves in the behind right now. It was just very comical to watch in. And then I want to share one thing with you all. We have a nice audience. Please allow me to share with you guys one very hilarious thing from my phone. Jamie, you already know where I'm going to go with this because you were here. But yes, you do. Guys, I'm going to show you something real fast. It's short-ish. I'm going to airdrop it to my computer so I can show you all at the same time.
I'm going to take a drink now because this is
it's
like an hour ago.
Why don't you get you a cold one at this point?
It's okay.
God, I hope
this is...
I do wish
we had ice, though. That is the one thing that I wish we had.
Does that look to be the right video?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, that looks like it.
Okay, friends, first of all, let me remind you all that we live here. Okay? Ever since we've gotten...
Stay here.
So what I'm trying to say is...
Things get messy.
When you stay somewhere, especially when you bring the dogs along with you, things do get a little bit messy. Dog food bowls, things the dogs play with, their toys, blankets or towels they pull around. And so just understand, no one has seen this yet. Someone says, I've already seen this. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. This happened this morning. I recorded it this morning. It happens every day, but I recorded it this morning. Okay. So I want to show you what's happened ever since we've gotten mannequins who live here. All right. Enjoy this little segment. It's only a minute. Since we've gotten the mannequins, this is what my bedroom here at the RV has become. These dogs are terrified. They're terrified to sleep in. Sorry, y'all have to see this, but they are terrified to sleep in the living room. I think it's worthy to note that this is our living room. And this is where the girls used to sleep. They find themselves on the couches over here, the love seats. They find themselves onto the carpet. But no longer. Now they, instead, they pile up right here on Daddy's
off of the bed to be able to sleep on.
Guys, I know that the bedroom looks sloppy, and forgive me for the sloppy bedroom, okay? But a lot of clothes that I need to take home and wash, and but like Jamie said, they actually pulled a blanket off the bed, and all three of them sleep right there beside me. When Kippy was here, Kippy slept with me.
And Ritzy won't even come over right now.
And Ritzy will not even come over. Ritzy will not come over
Ritzy's
anymore.
Like, I'm good. I'll stay at home. I'll hang out with the kittens.
So the girls are scared of the mannequins. And so I'm going to have to take the mannequins out of here. It's not fair to the girls or for Ritzy to not want to come over anymore.
I told Lester, I was like, just put them on the porch.
I think that you should put them in your chicken coop.
You know what? They would be great scarecrows.
Yeah, make them into scarecrows.
I can't ever go in my garden again, though. And I'm not ready to talk about it.
Don't talk about it. Save that for a video. But no, our girls, Trixie, Stella, Christmas, I think
it's great. I think that's a great thing to ward off predators, is to put them in the chicken coop. I think that's brilliant.
Boy, her cogs are turning now.
They're coming home tomorrow.
Oh boy, her cogs are a turning now.
I'm stealing George and Gina.
How will I ever make my my wonderful video skits?
It'll just you and Flat Lester.
Me and Flat Lester.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make one tonight then.
Or you can go to the chicken coop. Either or, possible.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna warn y'all right now. I'll be making my last skit from the JL Motel tonight. I already have the skit. It was sent to me, and it's wonderful. A little bit risque. It might be as risque as what any of your Scandalous Saturdays are. But hey, it's cute, and it will probably be my last one from the JL Motel if you are, in fact, taking off with these mannequins that were gifted to us.
I
All
think
right.
it's kind of a genius idea, actually. They might have to change clothes, but yeah, maybe bringing them out to the chicken coop would keep predators away.
Here's what I'll do. I will not post it anytime soon. I'll let everybody who's not into that kind of stuff go to bed first. I'll even
Oh, it's
put
a super late night
I'll
edition.
I'll even put a parental warning on it. Oh my Lord.
Wait, is he still laying down? Oh my God. He is still laying down.
I haven't stood him up yet, Jamie, but not to worry, friends. Listen, we're not going to bore you with that. But what we are going to do is thank you guys for joining us tonight and being a part of everything that we got going on with these stalls. And I just want to remind you that there's not much at all here or at any of the properties or things that go on with the babies that we would have ever been able to have done without you guys loving and supporting us. So please don't ever think we're sitting there like popping our collars, like, look what we've done. Look what we've done. It ain't about that with us. It's about you and the fact that you continually love and just give your time. Jamie says it better than I can about your time. And it's the one thing that we may not have much of anything really when it comes down to it, but time is absolutely.
It's your greatest currency.
Yeah.
It really is. It's the most irreplaceable, valuable thing that we own. And
absolutely.
when you choose to spend it with us, we're just so grateful for that.
Yeah. But thank you. And you realize we're getting close to 8 years, don't you?
I do. And I was also okay, I'm embarrassed to tell you this. Okay, before we wrap this up. I look back at the Facebook memories every year.
Yeah.
And today's memory, as I was putting on this dress, do you know that there are videos last year on this day and the year before and the year before that where I'm wearing this exact same dress? And that's embarrassing because that means that I have not upgraded or changed, because I thought that I thought I had a nice rotation of things. Apparently not. Apparently this is just like my go-to thing, and I've been wearing it for 4 years. Huh. That's embarrassing.
No, I mean, I would look at it a little bit differently in the fact that you haven't gained too much or lost so much that you're able to still fit into the same clothes that you fit into for a while. I mean, one of the hardest things that you have to do is when a guy realizes that his time for a new belt because there's no more holes. You finally got out to where the holes are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Like, damn, now
there's some things I can't fit in.
Yeah.
There's some things that I can't fit in, but it turns out that this is a very forgiving outfit, I guess. But yeah. It is wild to think that 8 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, well, the thing is, whenever you said a minute ago that we'll be going to this event in September, I'm thinking September, that's the same, that's right there after Hurricane Harvey happened 8 years ago. And that's when our channel started, right there after Hurricane Harvey. And so 8 darn years of hanging out with you guys. And many of y'all, now some have come along a little bit later from different videos here and there, but there have several who've been here from the beginning. And that's just crazy to me that you would, I mean, think about it. There's not many relationships that last 8 years. I mean, be honest.
People don't stay in jobs for 8 years. Like there's very few things that last as long as y'all have stuck with us.
Term limitations and for politicians only last up to 8 years. I mean, think about it. This is crazy. Yeah. And we've been around for 8 years. And I say cheers to at least 8 more, Jamie. Cheers to at least 8 more. But thank y'all for all that you've done for us over the 8 years. We're not signing out and saying goodbye at all. Huh. But I think it was beautiful how the animals have brought us here. And now we've extended so far into doing all kinds of neat little fun things. But it's still the animals that keep a lot of folks hanging around. And we promise to continue to bring you the best. I can't wait to show you my tomorrow video. Actually, I was building it, waiting for you. I know we got to get off, but it was actually some of the bloopers from working on these stalls with the horses.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh is right. Listen to me, y'all. You have no idea. You have no idea. They want to
I got
be
a small taste of it
apart.
yesterday when I got here with the parts. I got a small taste, so I can't wait to see this video.
That will be my noon video on Longhorn Lesters, I'm thinking. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We love you so much, and we're super blessed to have you. I'll let you wrap it up here.
Y'all, thanks so much. We hope you stay safe and stay well. There are tons of videos coming out this week. Tomorrow is one where I need your help on from my end. Lester's bloopers. I can't wait to see those. And then, of course, Lester, you'll be live first thing in the morning and with the project, correct?
Yeah, 7:15 Central Time. I will actually start the live on my robot tripod. You guys know about this guy. He's been charging up and he is ready to go, Jamie.
Snap.
He's been charged up and he's ready to go. And I love this thing because you guys know that when I turn him on, he follows me around. So
I'm embarrassed.
Why?
I didn't bring any clothes to wear tomorrow. I have to wear. I just put this on.
You're
I
gonna
took
be
a
in that
shower.
again.
I'm gonna be wearing this dress again tomorrow.
Or you could trade out.
Oh my god!
Time out. You could trade out with what's her name?
I can trade with Gina. That's perfect.
Trade out with
I'll
Gina.
trade with Gina. That's fine.
I need a new. She needs a new outfit anyway because a part of my skit
well,
is
great.
now. Do you have anything in the swimwear possibilities?
Probably not for here.
No, because the skit that I was sent has to do with swimwear. So don't know how we're going to improvise on that one, but we'll figure it out.
Do we have duct tape? We can make her a duct tape.
We'll
bikini.
make her a duct tape bikini. Oh yes, we'll do that. So we'll see y'all later tonight. Tonight.
I think it's about to get weird. That's where I think it's about to get weird.
Why do I get so excited for these kind of things?
I don't know, because your eyes are getting smaller as the video goes on.
No, that's me falling asleep.
Did you take your nighttime concoction already?
No, I haven't. I'm just tired. I wore myself out. Anyway, tomorrow morning we'll be having this fella right over here watching my every move.
Does he have a name?
No. But you're welcome to give him a name. I never thought about that. No one's ever cared to name him.
So the one we have at work is it looks like an owl. So we call it the owl.
Oh.
Or Hoot.
Well, since he holds my iPhone, could he be iRobot?
Sure.
Isn't there a movie called that? iRobot?
Yeah.
So we'll just call him iRobot. My iRobot. Get it? And my iPhone, the letter I. Yeah. My iRobot. That's his little eye right there. Or Cyclops. We can call him the Cyclops. No.
The one-eyed Willie. We can call him Willie. Why don't we just call him Willie?
We'll call him the one-eyed Willie. Okay, little Willie, or big Willie. Are you trying to size him up?
I'm not doing any of those things, actually. I just want out of this so bad right now. Like, so bad.
I'm just curious.
I'm done. No, I'm done. Let's go make a duct tape swimsuit.
Would y'all call him Little Willie or Big Willie?
I'm going to swap clothes with a mannequin who stole my outfit in the first place. So, good night, y'all. We love you so much.
Wait, we have to end it the way we started it.
My God.
We'll end it right here the way we started it. We'll say our good nights. We'll leave the screen and let y'all watch my poor sweet girls so scared of the mannequins. Okay. Good night, friends. I love y'all. Ever since we've gotten the mannequins, this is what my bedroom here at the RV has become. These dogs are terrified. They're terrified to sleep in. Sorry, y'all have to see this, but they are terrified to sleep in the living room. I think it's worthy to note that this is our living room, and this is where the girls used to sleep. They find themselves on the couches over here, the love seats. They find themselves onto the carpet, but no longer. Now instead they pile up right here on Daddy's floor. I love y'all. And they're scared, y'all. They're so scared. They're scared of Regina Lynn and Georgie Porgy. Oh, come on. I'll go with you. You don't got to be so scared. Come on, I'll come with you.
survivor. I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuary is waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.